Well, hello there and good day. Thank you so much for joining us. I am FrostPDP and today we're joined by Ariel the cat. Because of course we are, because she's always joining me. This is Gale of Waterdeep, episode 117, I think, in Baldur's Gate 3. You'll know for sure when you see the episode title. So, we're gonna look at these books for reasons. I'm kind of curious about these books. Pleasurable Deal by Mr. Kingsley Harp. Search behind this might be so taboo. Restaurant makes a deal with Cameo. Who wouldn't? Well, I think most people wouldn't. Then you don't know most people. Everyone wants something. Everyone needs something. Camians can see it in a way they know better than we do ourselves. Good deal. This was your directorial debut, right? Wasn't it? You couldn't even get published in the tabloid Baldur's Bash for this play came out. Did you honestly trade yourself for an erotic play? Alright, we're done here. Greetings, sensible folk. Already I can detect grumbling and the agitated rattle of pipe stem against teeth. Less than dedicated to an Archduke of Avernus, has Harrington taken leave of his senses? Quiet your complaints, I sure have not. It is true that cosmic occurrences are often insensible by their very nature, but the tale of Zariel sticks closely to our home. In our downfall, you will be reminded of the haughty, do-gooding neighbors and acquaintances who once rightfully arose your suspicions. One moment they are suggesting you grow turnips rather than potatoes on the fallow patch, and the next they have their kitchen knife strapped to their belt and are suggesting you explore the abandoned crypt behind the Giles' farm. In short, Zariel was a celestial being tasked with monitoring the ebb and flow of the Blood War, of which more in volume 21, matters of little importance to sensible folk. Observing was not righteous enough for Zariel, though, and she took it upon herself to become directly involved, like the oaf who sees two fellows fighting over a spilled tankard of ale, and rather than applauding their efforts, cracks their skulls together and caused a tavern-wide brawl. She invaded Avernus, was defeated, and now rules there corrupt and wicked. What can sensible folk learn from this foolish tale? It is obvious, do not strive to correct what cannot be corrected. Do not look not to distant lands and conflicts, but to your fields, your family, and your friends. There is nothing but misery to be gained from interfering in the hardships of others. Harrington Nethelin. Okay, so that's interesting. We found a thing about demonic possession and a thing about this in the blacksmith's house. Let's see if there's more. Approachable east. None of that symbiote should be avoided at all costs. Clear home to industrious sort of fellow, the sort who is quick to dismiss the country's histories in Netherese vassal state, but will steal your notes from the Dale lands and send you its pirates all the same. Thankfully, these pirates are set up by another group of buccaneers who are more than happy to take a scribe on board. I was excited to document the voyage as we headed back to Thask, the gateway to the east. The road leads to Rasham, and alas, I spent almost all my time forging ship manifests. Cool. Cool, got it, don't care. It's weird I can't reach the lower shelves. I'm in the mansion, that's right. I'm not in the blacksmith's house. I'm sorry, I forgot. My bad. Lionheart outfit. Presumably lane for... okay. An accidentally realized ensemble. Wide-brimmed hat. Did I loot you? I guess I did.
You might see a bunch of refugees. I see a right business opportunity. If you're lucky, I might even let you invest. If I hear one more pitch for a new business, I'm gonna scream.
Oh, I've heard that before. Um.
Can I help you? This is a private picnic.
Fine day for it, eh? Got to enjoy things while they last, I suppose. As you wish.
Uh.
I crave blood. Such authority.
Wow, I found an arrow of acid that I can't even use because the game glitches. Neat. Man, I think I heard screaming. Oh, goody. This is a notice demanding that the miller pay off his debt lest his creditors oust him and claim the mill for themselves. It squeaks when you pick it up.
closer. You. What am I sensing? You are like me. Like I was. A vessel yet to transform. Help me. I am so hungry. My vessel. He fought the transformation. He found it excoriating. I can still taste his terror. It is delicious, but will not sustain. We need to feed. We need a brain fresh and frantic to restore our strength. Very well, King. I shall dine on you.
Every enemy of nature must fall.
Good ring. True Soul Alien, your time has come. The absolute calls to all faithful, and you have been faithful indeed. Leave your barrack, leave your armor, leave all insignia of rank behind. You're part of the Flaming Fist no longer. You've been a true loyal true soul, but soon you will be so much more. You'll be one of us. This person was a Flaming Fist. Got it.
That way. 'Cause I don't know where to go.
quiet, won't you?
Can't talk just now, sorry.
Was curious? I have no idea. It's not showing me. It'd be nice if you could click this and it would show you what the fuck she was talking about, but...
Ever wanted to meet the most cowardly dragonborn in the realms? I fell for the blockhead.
I'm not scared of the authorities. But it would be stupid to pick a fight with the fists. Right?
Depends what we're fighting them over, fams.
Do me a favour. Box my ears in. I can't listen to any more whining about missing letters.
Do not, under any circumstances, employ sword course couriers. Their service is appalling.
Forgive me, but I must attend to my friend. She's most upset about the post.
Exvikyap.
What are you hanging about for? Head into the city before they shut the gates for good.
We thought it'd be different here. People would help us.
Where exactly am I on the map?
Can I please have some food? Sorry. I thought you were a priest.
If you're looking for ill martyrs' charity, you're out of luck. They've turned their backs on us, like everyone else.
Bet you will get kicked out of the temple. They blame us for everything.
Oh, this can't be good.
The priests will open the temple up again. You will see.
Cool eyes.
Good people, holy people. Please, for the name of the Crying One, have mercy.
The Crying One weeps today. Our Father Lorgan is dead. Murdered. I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
I don't trust you.
Temple worship suspended until further notice. The faithful endure.
First day, Tur saw the world's injustice, though his eyes were blinded. The second day, Torm was slain and returned to serve the truth. And the third day, no matter what, for all who came before and all that was to come. The age of the Steel Watch approaches. The immutable logic and impeccable judgment of complex machinery will pass law without fault and without hesitation. Why must we risk the lives of those brave enough to accept the mantle of city guard in the fray with common thugs? Moreover, why must we risk the liberty of citizens at the mercy of the vice and caprice of others who take this mantle for ill? We're no longer, as the Steel Watch, automatons take to the street. Refugee allegedly slaughters benevolent Father Lorgan. Investigator Valeria to investigate. G help in Reffington. Reads absolute mastery on Moonrise Towers. The Fist recruits. Only protect Baldur Gate. Pharaoh Wild. Circus Prison. Shunning. Upper city closed off. Not a good look. Implore you, Rector Yanis, Father Lorgan, to restore your temple's most wonderful soup kitchen to our encampment. My precious baby loved the aptly named meat slop you last served, even if other ungrateful soils turned up their nose. I sacrificed my own rigor mashings in his name for so long. Extensions for 200 dips. Order on the rack, weep for us, for we are weak and you endure. Let your heavy tears fall and let us wince upon the salt as we sup. Shoulder pain we beg you as we salve others gather near. Cry agony and we shall gift your hands. Okay, whatever. Sarvak and Chev, sudden suffering. Transcription of a sermon given at Baldur's Gate in 1368 DR. Balkans about suffering. Please hold your gasp, ancient flock. I assure you there is a point to this unorthodox subject matter. I'm sure you've heard of the gathering rumors about the recently deposed Grand Duke-elect Saravak Anchev. They are true. He engineered the sickness within our nation's iron. He slaughtered Duke Gallatin, and yes, he nearly set Baldur's Gate and Nam into a full-throated war against each other. All this for one whose name you should know with fear, but nary speak. Baal. A murder most complete. This why our work is important, you noble tormented. Suffering must be balanced, alleviated. We must bear its lashings on our shoulders when we can, for if we do not, our Lord on the rack's enemies will press upon it, and allow its weight to tip and crush the world as we know it in its bloody pulp. These are the things of our suffering lambs. This is the rod our backs must bear. The Hollyphant is a mild-mannered mastodon. So if you find a Hollyphant, be happy. I don't think any of that's particularly important at the moment. Matari Combat Manual. Many would ask if the open-hand temples should respond to acts of violence against their persons. Well, it is mostly a sticky conundrum. We must rely on the gifts granted to us by our suffering God that have curative miracles. As long as you can save yourself, your fellow congregants, driven the wayward minds of your vicious assailants, that must be your approach. So there's always nearby flame to handle that sort of distasteful thing, hopefully.
Look, investigator. Lorgar might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh. I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits the rector of your mater. I suppose you're right. The crying one has much more on his plate than curse words, given what just happened to you. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Baldur. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target. Brilgor was a refugee.
Yeah, this game's not political at all. Nope. I'm in favor of it. I'm just saying.
Target for the real culprit too. Unlikely to be missed. Maybe weren't wanted to begin with.
Well, I expect the flaming fists will ban refugee aid now one of them's blamed for murder. Feel free to look around the temple. But fair warning, the investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence. I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year, peacefully. The buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit. Chares's caress would be my best bet. That's their usual haunt after closing a case. Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really. I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
Nice animation there. A lot of this stuff is just flavor text, I think. You got it. My faithful speculation and heretical wondering has spread among the broken flock in recent times. If you're offered blood transference, report it to your temple's rector immediately. Shall not heal you, shall not deal you to suffer truly in the name of our Lord. Your own blood must endure. Okay, got it.
More outsiders in. More Baldurians die. You stun me. Father Lorgar. It's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorgar? How did that work out?
Thank you, stranger. Father Lorgan's passing has saddened us all.
Passing? He was murdered by one of the fugitives he was harboring.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive ill-fated grace, and Father Lorgan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid. Thank you, stranger.
Why does the starring disprove?
Some solace knowing that he died in Ilmater's service.
Does Ilmater's service involve protecting heretic absolutists? Or perhaps I missed that sermon.
Enough, Bill. You seem a kind soul. Our temple is open. Walk well.
There are a lot of hymns about self-flogging scattered throughout the tome.
Infirmary. Justice endures, even in suffering.
Selection of rites for the dead and dying. Okay. Arcane paralysis,
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day. You interrupt me for something like that? Just rub a bit of aloe on. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a dead high priest to see to. Father Lorgan. You've not heard? One of the refugees killed him. cruelly too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Lorgan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick. We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury.
I dislike that. I'm running low on time. I'd like to play more.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Dwarf, dressed in red. Tunnels from the cellar. Refuge. Aiding Lorgar from fists. Took him to the tunnels with the rest. Must protect innocence. Ilmater's will.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
What ails you? Marsh fever? Heather, what do you want to know? I reckon Investigator Valeria is right. One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. I found a... We give them everything.
Kitchen. Visitors kindly keep to common areas. Food will be served at mealtimes. Belfry. Bell ringers only past this point.
Step by step. I've said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave. Investigator? That miniature mastodon is about as much use as rats in the pantry or flies in the soup. Father Lorgan's gone. Murdered. And now they're blaming a refugee for it. He was attacked in the cellar. He had a private altar down there. He used to like the solitude. The man ate like a horse. A soup-hungry horse. Usually took enough to feed a small clergy down there.
Just out of curiosity. Book of Amartari Death Rites. This page in the turning is particularly dog-eared. There will come many time, O worshipful tormented, that you will have to comfort. Jeez, I can't read today. A faithless unfortunate as they pass from this life to the next. Perhaps even more distastefully, you may be faced with the dying acolyte of a wretched god, keen to shirk the blasted afterlife awaiting them. The Lord of the Rat grants us a great many powers, but altering the mortal velocity of a soul is one we cannot shift on the deathbed. If one has lived a life of sin, their soul is bound for a sinful place no matter their final protestations. However, it would do much more harm than good to tell them this. Ilmater does not forbid the speaking of untruth, no matter how polite society deems the act. If it would spare the dying wretch some suffering as they pass, tell them that the weeping God awaits them with his balming embrace. Make them believe. Whatever torment their soul bears in the realms beyond, it remembers not their bodies, to spare them at least its final passing moment of hardship. This is like the opposite of Catholic death rites. Interesting. Question of Father Lorgan's writing on despondency. Perhaps the hardest suffering to ale is that which dulls but does not pang. Weariness sits deep within one's soul, but it casts its miring across the surface, dampening all errant thoughts and feelings in its wake. Malaise of this sort can rot the heart. If it's fester, it must be extricated carefully. Above all else, the weary soul knows itself better than you can. Do not condescend, do not assume, do not impose. Simply avail yourself as a tool to the weary. Let them know you can be used however they might need. Hastily scrawled and slightly damp plea of rest, requesting to be freed of all amount of concern for the wisdom for 10 days. Writer mourns Father Lorgan. Who's the writer? And a elegiac fugue in the queue of the minds and ode to the oppressed. Now I clicked this button, right? Probably another one over here. It's funny, there's Harold's thing. I'm wearing a Heralds of Valdemar shirt. It's a Mercedes Lackey novels series thing. And it's just interesting. We're going to do one last thing real quick.
Looks like a crypt. Now to hunt down Shira Clown.
Sister Shira Cloud, date of birth unknown, died 1491 DL.
This is the one. Time for a reunion.
Darling Shira, faithful to the crying God, long didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh. Gone, thou might be, alas.
And that's where I gotta wrap up. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see where this investigation goes next,
Honored Shira, her spirit has fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shira. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmater's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Shall it be thou?
Really? I failed? By 1? Now I get a 31. Thank you.
The monk himself holds your answer. Tasha's hideous laughter is a powerful skill, but earning it may come at the cost of wisdom.
Thou shalt know the extent of Shah's mania, Tasha's hideous laughter at thy beck and call. But at what cost? Who might say? Well, if laugh I must, let our alliance end on a lark.
Oh! Cool. So, this is funny. Next episode, I want to thank you all again so much for joining me. If you enjoyed, please hit the like, share, subscribe, friend, follow, or whatever buttons. Really help the channel grow. Let me know what you're watching so I can keep making more of it. I really do appreciate it from the very bottom of my heart. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, all those good things. Links in the description down below. Thank you so much for joining me. Here's one last look at Ariel and how she's laying on the thing. As always on this channel, pieces.